thank you so much for making my Cuphead challenge video one of, if not, the most popular video on the channel as of recording this. If you have not seen the first video, then link in the description. If you don't care enough to click on the first video, then I'm disappointed, but let's get to the point. Can you beat Cuphead, the delicious last course, while Mugman is doing nothing? Let's just get into the video. Beow! Beow! Ah! There are still rules. I will be using my 300% save file so that it's actually possible. And the next rule is that Mugman cannot do anything. This goes for shooting, jumping, running, etc. The only thing he can do is spawning. And in the previous video, I mentioned a trick called the remove player 2 trick. Yeah. And basically, you remove Mugman, and you have to spawn him within a 10-second time period, and you only get 3 tries. I'm also allowed to use Jimmy the Great. With all the rules out of the way, let's get started on our one-zeta mission. Our first boss on this Wonder Tart mission is Glumstone the Giant. Phase 1 is already chaos. There's gnomes literally everywhere. And Glumstone has many attacks. Make sure that you are shooting Glumstone and his minions to prevent Mugman from dying. In the first phase, anyways. The second phase takes logic to a whole new level. You have to pay attention to the puppet's position and shoot the gnomes. No, it's gnomes. I have terrible pronunciation. Anyways, let's get back to the point. For them, great script writing for myself. Very good script writing to get out of the way. After a little bit, Glumstone will transition to his final phase, where he swallows you and Mugman. And here in the dreaded beast's belly is his he needs a doctor and fast, but we'll name it Jeff. Jeff shoots some chicken wings at the skeleton digestive system, and Mugman will get to the stomach acid. Ew, Mugman, that isn't sanitary. Just save Mugman, kill Jeff, and send Glumstone to the doctor and get the gnome berries. Hey look, it's Ice King from Adventure Time's grandfather. What? Nobody liked that joke? Okay. Bad joke, I guess. Mortimer Freeze was an interesting fight while Mugman was doing nothing. The first phase has the Ice Wizard pull out a whale and slam it at you and Mugman. Mortimer also summons his ice lings and shoot fortune cards at you. It isn't really that bad, just survive. Phase 2 has Mortimer go into an abominable snowman and roll around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow his rainbow. Nobody likes my jokes, don't they? The snowman also turns into a fridge to shoot out those stupid popsicles that just suck. Mortimer also slams the ground and shoot the icicles on the floor. It is very difficult to do all of that. Sometimes he will go onto the other side of the screen and he will make Mugman take a load of damage. Just save him, shoot Mortimer, then you'll move on to the final phase. The final phase has a little problem. And Mugman was near the edge of the screen, and Mortimer was always where Mugman was. But lucky for us, Mugman can't be damaged by Mortimer due to him not having a hitbox, luckily. Also, during the transition, and when Mugman dies, he still can be saved, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. There were a lot of things going on during phase 3, but I'll say it in 3 sentences. Dodge the attacks, shoot Mortimer, and save Mugman, and you'll be alright. And now, we can claim the sugar cubes. No, these aren't sugar cube. Stupid script. They're the icy sugar cubes. I'm so stupid. The next fight is kind of a plane fight, but it functions more as if it were a ground boss than a plane boss. Sorry, hiccups. But the Howling Aces, I was about to say flying. Aces are tricky to deal with, especially since Mugman is always doing nothing. In the first phase, Mugman is always on the left side of the plane, causing it to lean towards Mugman all the time. So I switched player 1 with player 2, and now the platform goes right. I lean Cuphead, or Miss Chalice, onto the left side of the plane to balance it out. The bulldog goes to the very left or the very right of the screen, which is a good thing. There are also puppies who shoot out tennis balls. Just avoid, save Mugman, and destroy the plane, and balancing and dodging, and you know what? You'll go to the second phase. In the second phase, the plane busts up and the puppies escape to get revenge on us. The puppies are just too easy to dodge. Just save Mugman and defeat them, and you'll be good. The final phase breaks my neck. I have to turn my head during the screen rotation, and during the first part, the flying dog shoots out lasers. Then once they rotate it, you have to save Mugman and make sure that your control settings is on the way the control A and control B is on the way you like it, and just save Mugman, destroy the dog, and most importantly save Mugman and dodge everything. And the fight is done, and we claim the Pineapple Mint. Oh, great! The first, but fortunately, only plane boss in the DLC, Esther Winchester. The first phase is already chaos, considering the fact that Mugman is doing nothing. Esther shoots a hoop up or down the screen, while those flying creatures are throwing spikes and dynamite at you and Mugman. Sure, it is rough, but then there's the next phase. And it really sucks. Please don't leave. Away from the terrible pun I made, the vacuum pulls Mugman to the hole while money is flying at you. Then after a bit, the vacuum blows out saves that home more money at you and Mugman. After remove player 2, we get to the next phase. Phase 3 has Esther cook herself into a bunch of sausages and shoot out a nice, juicy T-bone steak, with some more sausages coming out from cans. And the sausages will kill Mugman. Just shoot, dodge, and most importantly, save Mugman, then you'll get to the final phase. The final phase is hell! And way too long for my liking, for the wrong reasons. There are sausage going up and down the screen, and I have to save Mugman while some peppers are being spat at me. This is easier said than done, but 3 things. Dodge, shoot, save Mugman, and you'll be done with this fight. And we can claim the Desert Limes! Next up, we have to deal with the Moonshine Mob if the cops aren't gonna deal with them. And we're gonna do it the Cup Trio way. Phase 1 has the Flying Gentleman gangsta move around the map. The problem is that he spreads bombs around the map, and those bombs can hurt Mugman. He also walks around the screen, which can also damage Mugman. There's also the ant cops shooting out poison, and they can rarely hit Mugman. Just survive, and then you'll make it to the second phase. The second phase, however, is the light phase. And if you do not have Smoke Bomb or Miss Chalice's role, then it's gonna be really difficult. So what to do is use the roundabout to take out the enemies around Mugman if he's above the bridge, above the middle bridge. If he's still on the middle bridge, then you're fine. Just save Mugman whenever he gets hit by the light, and destroy the Firefly, then you'll make it to Phase 3. Phase 3, so remove Mugman, spawn him near the bridge, and shoot the tongue, dodge the ant moonshine helper ball, and this fight is... The final phase consists of the snail shooting out his thing, and he will damage Mugman. Just destroy him, and we'll get the distillery dough, and we're done. Okay, let's see the script, and... Oh no, this is too short! I need it to be longer somehow. Oh, yeah. There's the optional fights. Remember how to open the mausoleums in the first video? Well, you can do the same thing when you beat Angel and Devil for the first time. Angel and Devil only have one phase, and it's good and all, but it's much longer than I want it to be. The only phase has the devil shooting fire and spreading a line of fire at you and Mugman. The angel is doing the same thing, but it does not damage you. Because Mugman is doing nothing, he cannot phase the other direction, and I have to risk a hit. except if I have Chelsea's dodge roll and or Cuphead smoke bomb. That is the only way around that. And after a few hits, Mugman goes to a pit where he will forever take hits. But a way around it is to swap player 1 with player 2, and Mugman will not go to the pit. And there we go, problem solved. Shoot, dodge, and save Mugman in this fight, done. Okay, I'm going to quickly summarize the King of Games bosses within one recording. The pawns. Now the pawns are pathetic when it comes to normal play, but because this is 2-player mode, they have more health. So, Mugman will take damage, and you have to damage each and every one of the pawns once. Just do that, and this fight is over. The Knight. Next up, we have the Troll Knight. Insert that knight pose that everyone hates. The knight is not really bad. Just dodge his sword swings and parry his head and Mugman, and this fight will be done for. The Bishop. The Bishop is way longer because the game is in 2-player mode, and the game expects both players to move around the map and deflate the candles. But with 1 player and saving Mugman, now it's a little harder. But just do what you would do in this fight while saving Mugman, and this fight is done. The Rook. Now, the Rook is a piece of cake. Just parry the heads and shoot them back at him. And if you're using Chalice, you can be high in the air, so it gives you more of an advantage for saving Mugman. And just like that, the fight is over. Now it is time to fight Her Royal Highness herself, the Queen of Games. I'm wondering why the king pays us to murder his wife. Never mind that now. The queen has a few attacks. She will send you a parry pillar. She will make you dodge jewelry. And the only way to attack her is by parrying cannons. After saving Mugman and dodging and attacking the queen, I will have to do 15 years of community service after doing that to the royal family member. And yet, the king does nothing about it and just pays me. What a lovely messed up husband. We finally have the ingredients to the Wonder Tart, and we beat all the optional bosses. Now let's go to Salt. Wait. There's a trapdoor. Yep, totally not sus, right? I mean, to be fair, all of you viewers knew that he was evil due to the community heavily spoiling the game on day 1. And now, Saltbaker is holding Chalice captive for, hold on. I thought Saltbaker was making the Wonder Tart for... Oh. He was making the Wonder Tart for himself. That makes sense. Well, other than that, we have 1 fight left. It is time for the chef himself. Chef Saltbaker was very difficult. Phase 1 was literally hell. Saltbaker shoots the ingredients that we collected at us. The lime dunes were getting sliced into 1 fraction of their size. The gnome... I'm still an idiot. I can't pronounce gnome right. Berries are flying all over the screen. The sugar cubes are thrown everywhere. The distillery dough are cookies being shot at us. And don't forget that stupid flame! With all that stuff, Saltbaker shooting at us, you will know Mugman will die more than 5 times during this phase. Thankfully, there is 1 weapon. And it's a homing weapon that isn't trash. And that weapon is the sacred crack shot. Dodge all of them attacks. Use crack shot on Saltbaker and always save Mugman. Then you move to phase 2. The next phase is still very difficult. You have to shoot the pepper shakers and you have to dodge the leaves or spices or whatever. And that one stupid flame is back, and it loves killing Mugman for sure. Just stay next to Mugman while dodging and attack the pepper shakers, and you will move on to the easiest phase in the fight. Phase 3 has you and Mugman drop to a land of salt. There are Saltbaker's salt dancing to attack you. There is also a saw blade that just exists, and the salt jumps pretty high. Just be lucky and stay near Mugman, and you'll move on to the final phase. This phase makes my heart beat the fastest out of the entire game. Not even the devil could make it beat faster. Here, you have to platform on some platforms because there's a pit on the bottom of the screen. You know what that means. You have to save Mugman constantly. Just use crack shot, or if you are crazy, chaser, and be near Mugman to save his life. Then you will defeat the chef. You also get to save Chalice. Yay! Now with all the Cuphead DLC bosses done, it is time to answer the question. Can you beat Cuphead, the delicious last course, while Mugman is doing nothing? Yes! I have finished every single boss of Cuphead while Mugman is doing nothing. Not just the men, but the women and children too. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video to the end. It took me a very long time to make this video, gameplay-wise and editing-wise. If you want to see the proof, there's a video at the end cards for all the bosses of the DLC. But anyways, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I will try other challenges soon. See you in a few months! Da 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 ba da